Brent Olson, a longtime forester of the Loess Hills of western Iowa, had a dream to create a long trail through these beautiful hills. In 2016, he sadly passed away, but in 2019, his dream finally came to fruition when Brent's Trail was created. It now extends 11 miles through the Loess Hills of western Iowa. Join me as I do a backpacking overnight on this beautiful trail and do my best to show you all 11 miles of it. Welcome to Backpacking with Buckley. I begin at the southern terminus, just west of Orson, Iowa. There's a parking lot just off of 165th Trail. One of the only cons of this trail is lack of water filtering opportunities. However, I do stash some water at 138th Trail with other available crossroads including Fulton Avenue and a 124th Trail. Let the adventure begin.
Happy birthday to me. It's my birthday week. Welcome to Backpacking with Buckley, and I am going to do today a 22-ish mile solo hike that I might take 2 days to do just because I'm a lollygagger for my birthday. And I am back in the Loess Hills, returning to Brent's Trail to hike it out and back in its entirety. Again, fingers crossed. So, without further ado, let's start this adventure.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr.
Buckley.
Happy birthday to you.
Today I am starting at the new 4 miles of Brent's Trail, which was added on to the southern end from Gleason-Hubble Wildlife Area. It now goes south 4 more miles and over 2,200 feet in elevation one way, so over 4,000 feet of elevation gain in Iowa. So first trail junction is pretty obviously marked, but as you're coming in from the southern terminus, you walk about a 1/4 mile down this big meadow / field, and very shortly come to a tight turn that heads you up a hill. As you can see, there's some trailhead markers, pretty obviously marked, but keep an eye on that. So right down the trail, about a 1/4 mile, you're going to take a right. Couple things to note on this trail. Number one, I would probably gather that this is best hiked in spring and fall because it is relatively overgrown even for fall. I can't imagine what it may be like, but this trail has got to be very difficult to maintain. And this first 4 miles, again, is a brand new section, so I'm sure improvements are to come. But beyond that, I would assume that in July, June, August, that there's ticks and mosquitoes galore in these woods, so it might not be the most pleasant season. Secondly, if you don't like hills, probably don't want to come out here. There's no switchbacks, and regardless of the fact that you're in Iowa, this is one of the toughest trails I've ever hiked because it is just up and down. Somewhere up here, I'll try to put a heartbeat map, what I call it anyway, a heartbeat map of what the elevation gain is. So off down the trail we go, about 3/4 of a mile up a hill, and I'll see if there's anything worth showing you when we get to the top.
I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Corn gets wuss for dinner. So you come around the corner up the top of this hill and there's that bench there, and then you're going to come to a crossroads, which is a little tricky. There's looks like an ATV trail here, but you got to follow the blaze to the right to go down this hill here. So this is my first tricky spot that I found. I actually, like a dumbass, just continued down this trail for about 200 feet before I decided I better check my map because I didn't see a blaze. So it is a very well marked trail, but on some of these little junctions you want to stop and double check. So I don't know deep details about Brent's Trail, but I do know it was named after, I believe, a park ranger. I hope I'm right on that. Maybe I'll find some details and put it in text in this video. But it's in the Loess Hills, which number one exists only here in Iowa, which it runs the entire western side of the state, and in China, at least on this scale. So they're really unique to the region, or to the world, I should say. Have a nice trip. And what you'll find out here is really challenging hills, number one. Number two, hardwood forests that are just gorgeous. Primarily oak trees, but a variety of hardwoods. And every hill you climb, you get a vast view of either the forest side or the cornfield side. So that's kind of what Brent's Trail is like so far. Okay, another notable landmark, just this road crossing here. I'll try to find the name of the road and put it somewhere in the video, but this is just a couple miles down the road, maybe not even that, and it would be another good place to cache some water if you were doing a trip from a different trailhead or something, or not doing the entire trail. You guessed it, folks, another hill.
Red roses too, I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful.
Okay, so I am at the place in the trail where Brent's Trail meets up with Fulton Avenue. It's a little one-lane minimum maintenance road. So in other words, I've completed the new section of Brent's Trail, which is about 4 miles. I'm at about 5.5 right now. So report on the first 4 miles. First and foremost is it's beautiful, really pretty, really hilly. So it's been a butt kicker for only 5.5 miles. But it is a little tough to navigate at times. It's very well marked, but there's places where the trail is hard to find. So I did use my All Trails app about 3 or 4 times. And I will say that All Trails has this trail spot on. So on All Trails there's Brent's Trail and there's Brent's Trail Extension, which the extension version is what I downloaded. All right, so 1/4 mile down this road walk and then back into the woods. Okay, just past that Fulton Avenue, Fulton Road, whatever, you'll come across another junction. You'll travel down this beautiful kind of ridge, and then there's like a 4-way split. Brent's Trail came from right up here. There's an ATV road here, and another ATV road there. And right here is just another little oak leaf with a small trail. So another intersection that's a little confusing if you're not paying attention. But again, just follow the oak leaf. I am about 7 miles in, and I have reached the point in the trail where I cached my water. So it is on 138th Trail, which is a perfect intersection to stash some water. So I stopped here and had a quick little snack. I just got to walk a couple 100 feet down the road to rejoin the trail, and then I believe I'll be climbing a pretty significant ridge. And once I get to the top of that, I think it is time to start searching for camp. Hey, what do you think about that? Yeah. So I just came off 138th Trail, heading back north. I thought it was worth noting there's hunters at the trailhead, but there is a parking area right off of here too, if this is a place you wanted to start and head either south or north from here. But yeah, right off 138th Trail, heading up yet another hill, but getting close to camp. I will promise you, this is among the toughest 7 miles I have ever hiked. It is straight up and straight down the entire way. I'm about maybe half a mile to a mile from 138th Trail. I just came along this very tiny little pine tree grove with a perfect view of sunset right up here. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to resist taking this campsite or not. Let me take a look at what's over this ridge, and I'll get back with you in a second, but this is a spectacular little stealth camp spot. So right down there is where I just came from, and I think I'm gonna have to take it because this is facing sunset and a perfect little tucked in spot down there with this about 100 feet away. Check this out. So I say we call this camp. Good morning, everybody. I am all packed up and ready to hike out and finish up Brent's trail here. So I have about 3.5 or 4 miles to go to the Murray Hill Overlook, which is the northern terminus of this trail. So I'm gonna try and make it there this morning, probably before lunch. And then I gotta figure out a way to get myself 11 or 12 miles back to my car. But the point of this video is to show you the highlights of the 11-mile Brent's trail. So let's hit the trail, shall we? Next landmark is a old, looks like mudslide from back in the day. So the trail's been diverted around this big ravine. So I got to go down there and then back up. Okay, so I'm probably 2 or 2.5 miles south of Murray Hill Overlook. I just hit the section where there is a mowed trail, but I thought it was notable to mention that this might be a great camp spot as well, especially for tenters. A lot of flat area, good place to lay down. Again, about 2.5 miles south of Murray Hill. Here's another spectacular little tent spot. The trail heads that direction, but there's another mowed trail that goes this way. Ooh, there's even a fire ring here already, so somebody beat me to it. But what a beautiful view for a camp spot here. Same area, about 2.5 miles south of Murray Hill.
Goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift. Baffled king composing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
So I just took a little left on the trail, heading down a hill, and came across this little spectacular area. If you can see here, I don't know what this is called, but it's real soft, sandy soil. And again, that's the makeup of the Loess Hills, which makes them unique here in China. But what an awesome little section this is. I'm in a little tunnel of, I don't know, landslides, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty badass. Quick note, Brent's Trail, I would say, is about 50-50 shade and sun. It's a nice mix. And there's never really any difficulty finding shade when you're out in the open. It's mid-October and it's been in the 70s, so I could see it being really ridiculously miserable sometimes in the summer. But again, I really think this is a fall and spring trail. because of the fact that it must get pretty overgrown. So yeah, beautiful morning hike here. Really enjoying myself so far. And below the awesome tunnel, you'll connect with a flat section that's really pretty as well. But once you get to the end of that is this Pioneer Cemetery, which I am not going to go over there. I'm not sure if it's private property or not, but pretty neat. Pretty neat. Okay. Final leg of the trip is I gotta climb that hill. I did walk right by that Pioneer Cemetery, and then it winds back east in and up and down again. Needless to say, I'm real sick of hills, and I'm pondering what to do since I have to walk all the way back this entire trail, which an option might be for me to just road walk, but that's not going to be anything that you need to worry about because we're about to finish this sucker. So let's start climbing this hill and accomplish this trail. Getting closer. Whoever thought Iowa was flat is crazy. This hill never ends. I think we're gonna make it though. So here it is, folks. The end of Brent's trail. Or the beginning, depends on when you start, where you start. But this is Murray Hill Overlook. And I gotta tell you, for 11 miles, I am real proud to have hiked this. It is hands down the toughest 11 miles I've ever hiked, including black hills and mountains. So, maybe I'll show off my selfie skills, maybe I won't. But I made it! I made it, Mom! I'm on top of the world!
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
So real quick, hopefully the camera will do it even minimal justice, but this is the Murray Hill Overlook view from above, and I am standing on a rather uncomfortable cliff right here, but let me show you. So, full on opinion of Brent's trail, it's a 5-star for sure. It is rugged, it's challenging, it's extremely difficult, and I don't think it'd be a 5-star in July. But in October or April or May, it is a primo backpacking trail in western Iowa. So I highly recommend you all check it out. In addition, I also highly recommend you check out my channel, Backpacking with Buckley. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's your 50th time here, thanks for sticking around. That's really all I have to say other than the traditional be yourself, be happy. Thanks as always for joining us here at Backpacking with Buckley. It's been a pleasure. Now I gotta walk back to my car. So you guys don't need to see that. Have a good day, everybody. Catch you on the next adventure.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I made it. 4,300 feet in elevation gain, 22 miles. I'm bushed. Bye. Hey Crow, I know you did the 50-50-50 for your birthday, so 150 miles for your 50th birthday. I just did 22.5 total. for my 45th birthday. That's half a mile for every year I've been alive.